Yes, hello team, welcome to Fittle. My name is Ben and I'm going to be your instructor for this workout. And this is going to be your full body strength workout, guys. We're going to be using different weights. You've got a slightly heavier and a slightly lighter set. Let's get cracking on instantly with your warm-up. Here we're going to start with a good morning. So I want you to place your hands by those ears and we're going to push our hips back nice and gradually and then drive it up. So this is slow and controlled for this one. Getting that stretch down those hamstrings and then squeezing up. It's all about pushing those elbows back as far as you can, controlling it down, big drive up. Back as straight as possible, gentle bend in those legs as we start to warm up and stretch out those hamstrings. One final rep here. Squeezing those glutes, let's take it down to the ground. Here we're gonna lie down on our front and take it into some swimmers. So I want you to tuck your hands behind your head. We're gonna take it all the way around, twisting through that shoulder joint and then tuck it at the back there. Bring it up, once again, all the way around, tuck it in. This is really working that shoulder mobility. Got a nice bit of shoulder work coming up with some later rounds here. Ideally keeping your head flat on the ground here, because it takes away any sort of momentum you might be using. One final push there before we flip it over into your glute bridges. So we're gonna start on that left leg, so you're gonna bring that right leg up. You're gonna get a big squeeze at the top, and then you control it down. So big squeeze at the top, and then nice control it down. This is really activating those muscles here. And notice I'm not just pulsing it out. I want you to take your time. Big squeeze up. Most of that weight is through the heel of that front foot. Let's get one final rep in here. And then control it down. Flip it over. Big squeeze up. Nice, really controlled. And breathing with this as well. Especially as you lower down. Don't want you holding your breath throughout these movements. Squeezing it down, really good. And you'll notice you'll probably be able to get that extra millimeter at the top there, and that's gonna get that proper activation in. Our final move is gonna be a hollow hold. So you're gonna push that lower back into the ground, lengthen out those legs here. You've got an option to either keep them down by your sides or take them behind you. Either way, it's gonna really test you out. And it's about almost scooping the body out here, making that sort of almost banana shape, keeping it still. Something else you could try out is getting a little gentle rocking, so making a bit more of an active move than that passive hold. Well, it's more of an active hold really. 3 seconds, we're gonna stand it up and go from the beginning. Here, you can use a plate if you need to, so just adding that tiny bit of weight, this is only an option. So you're gonna lock it into the chest, pushing back, nice team, and then drive it up. Here, we're still taking our time, but still just a warm up. So no rush whatsoever. Notice I'm going for about 2 to 3 seconds on that way down. Neck in line with the spine, squeezing it up. Let's go for 1 or 2 more reps here before we are back down into those swimmers. In 3, 2, 1, nice. Just popping that weight to the side, all the way back down, tucking them behind the head. Big twist around. Literally the slower the better with this move. The moment you start rushing it, you're not gonna get through that whole shoulder joint. Big squeeze around. Tucking them in, twisting those hands as they would naturally as you take it round. Tuck it behind the head. Cool, let's finish it off. Taking it into that single leg glute bridge. Once again, we start with our left one, right one, heading up to the ceiling or the sky, controlling it back down. Now this one is all about that sort of pelvic tilt. So you're not just going up and down, you're twisting out and then you're pushing that pelvis up, tilting it up there and then controlling it down. Good stuff. Nice, controlled. Cool, let's get 2 more reps in here. One final one. Good, change it over. Nearly finished with this warm up. Remember, this is all about that activation, because this is our strength workout. And we're making sure we activate everything. We've ticked off those hamstrings. We've ticked off those shoulders. We're really getting those glutes fired up, especially for this big first round that we've got. And then finish off with a proper core activation. Cool, coming into that hollow hold in 3, 2, 1. If you were doing arms behind you before, See if you can take them all the way behind. But if you're going behind, push them literally behind the head. And the main thing here, squeezing that lower back. If you feel your lower back arching like that, it's about engaging it, tucking it in, and then finding the length throughout the body. With that option to bring it into a little hollow rock. And notice the legs aren't flinging up. It's just that tiny, gentle movement. The only thing that's moving it is that core. Resting in 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Big work, cool. Shake it off, tie yourself off. If you need to, grab a little sip of water as well as we head into your first main block. And you're gonna need some heavy weights, team. We're gonna start with a little 2-move circuit here. And our first move with your heavier weights is we're gonna come into a suitcase RDL. So you're gonna come down with them, just like we did in that good morning, a gentle bend in those legs, and we're controlling them down. You're gonna hold them either side of you like a suitcase, or like a suitcase in each leg, in which you push it down, control 2 to 3 seconds that way down, big drive up. That's what we're gonna do for this whole first one. Getting ready, team. We go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 seconds here. Big drive up. So now we've added that weight. It shouldn't change anything in terms of the move. So you're allowing these weights to pull you down. You're allowing those hamstrings to get loaded up. And then you finish that move off with that big squeeze of those glutes at the top. Your time down should be way slower than that time coming up. We've got 3, 2, 1. Beautiful stuff. Cool, we got a 15-second rest. And then we're gonna come into a push-up here. Now we've got 30 seconds of this, and this is not about repping it out, it's about that strength workout. So we're gonna take our time with this. We're gonna work with a full range of motion. 2, 1, let's go. Now we've got enough rounds of this that this will burn, no matter how good you are at push-ups, as long as you're doing it correctly. And remember, you've got that option to drop it down to the knees, but the knees aren't here, they're not all the way back there. Think of that normal position, drop them down here, coming all the way down, drive it up, or you could do in between, which is all the way down, pop your knees down, big drive up. So find that option that's challenging enough for you, but that also you're getting your right form, and rest there. 1 round done. Cool, we get to head back into that suitcase RDL. Now you sort of know the options, now you know the sort of, you should be going nice and heavy with this, and also you've got those options for those push-ups as well that is gonna challenge you. But I don't wanna see anyone just coming down here, I wanna see you going all the way down, chest down to the ground is what we're aiming for. Let's grab our weights and then head back into those suitcase RDLs. And we go for that in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go for it. Control, big squeeze at the top there, lovely stuff. Most of the time in this move, you should be in that eccentric, controlling it down. If you're spending most of your time standing at the top or sort of just repping it out, you're not gonna get the most out of this move. Remember, it's time under tension here. Come on, Fittle. Let's go, 3, 2, 1, slow down. Pop them to the side, into that push up. If you were doing it on your toes last time and you weren't quite getting all the way down, look, dropping to your knees, there's nothing wrong with it. You can always go for it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And remember, chest down, and you wanna find that position. Keep going, team. Remember, you're dropping it down, so you wanna find that 45-degree angle. Elbows aren't coming out here, and for this one, we're not gonna keep them all the way. You wanna find that 45-degree, so that chest is dropping all the way down. Another 10 seconds here, team. Big drive up. Core engaged, hips driving up at the same time as the shoulders. You got 3, 2, 1. Rest there, another 30 seconds rest. And that's round number 2 done. The reason we're sort of repeating these so much is that you can really get the most out of it. So by the next round, that chest should be feeling it, those hamstrings should be feeling it, especially if you're doing it at that right tempo and you've got that right form as well, you should be feeling it. Especially in those push-ups, if you find that your hips are dropping and the lower back is sort of sagging down, engage that core. That's why we did that hollow body. Anyway, back to those RDLs in 2, in 1, let's go. Big squeeze up. If you feel confident that your back is staying straight, see if you can test yourself out with that depth. See if you can take it that little bit lower. Good. Nice and controlled down. Big drive up, good. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Coming into that push-up now. If you're struggling even more, you can always use the bench as well. With this, you come down, it's that slightly incline, and you're just driving it all the way down. So if you're doing it on the ground, do it on the ground. If you're doing it on the bench, copying me here, we are controlling it down, driving it up. See, by adding that little incline, it's taking a lot of pressure off the chest. It's raising it up. It's making that a little bit easier. But we still want your chest coming all the way down. Another 15 seconds here. Finishing this one off. Let's go. You got 3, 2, 1. Really strong. All right, ready to get a final round in. We've got another 25 seconds. So we're gonna crack on in that final time with that suitcase RDL. Getting that shake off. Now I want you to spend as little time at the top now. So we're not gonna rush anything. It's just gonna be the time in between moves. So you're gonna stand it up and then you're gonna come straight back down. So you're still making sure you get that squeeze of those glutes at the top, but we're gonna spend most of our time on that way down. Ready to go, final one, in 2, in 1, let's go. Still that same pace in that way down. Squeeze it up, let's head straight back down. Control, control, control. Driving it up. Hamstrings, you'll be feeling it now. Come on, Fittle. Drive it up, good. 3, 2, 1. Pull that into the side. Push-up time. Now let's really go for it. Without speeding it up, without dropping your chest down and bouncing out of it or doing half reps, put a bit more intensity, but a touch more speed into this final one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go, on me. Good, you've got 20 seconds. Then we are done with these push-ups. Driving it. Really strong. Final push. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Lovely stuff, cool. Grabbing a little sip of water here. Toweling yourself off, we're gonna move on and we're gonna get those legs a little burn. Now we're gonna be using your heavy weights again, and we're gonna be using your box. And we're gonna come into some alternating dumbbell step ups. So grabbing your weights, and we're going for time again, so there's no need to count any reps with this. We are alternating your step up and step down. Just keep those shoulders rolled back. We step up, step down, alternating. Let's go. Drive it up, controlling it down, then you step up with the opposite foot. Now the key with this one is to get that full extension all the way up and controlling it down. And you step up with that opposite foot. Now the key with this one is you've got equal time of work to rest. So don't rush this. Squeezing up and making sure you're all the way up there before that other foot joins, before then you control it down. Good, we have a final 3, 2, 1, rest there. That's your first round done of that. Now, as I said, we've got a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. So you get plenty of time to rest. So that means when we work hard, we work intense, but as you've learned, that doesn't mean fast. So, if you found that not necessarily easy, but you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, I want you to focus on that eccentric. That's what we were talking about earlier with that coming down. So in which you drive it up, you step up all the way, then I want you to just come down, stepping off the box a little bit slower. So don't think about the stepping off the box as like the side bit. If anything, I want you to think of the stepping off the box as the main bit. And if you really slow it down, grabbing your weights once again, 3, 2, 1. So powerful step up, and then you control that step down. There you go. Stepping up with the other foot, all the way up there, and then control it down. Good work. Nice. Big squeeze up and down. There we go. And you notice that unless you get a little lean forward, which is fine, you're just going to fall back. And we don't want that. Driving it all the way up there, powerful at the top, and control it down. 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Good, that little shake off. You'll notice that eccentric, especially it's working those glutes a lot as you come down. We're gonna do the same again, but this time treat them equally. And don't rush that stepping up as well. So try not to sort of use the other foot to drive yourself up. This is a strength workout. Look, we can jump around other times. Not now. This is all about control. This is about your strength. So we're gonna control it up and control it down. That's the focus of this next one. Same thing, we've got plenty of rest, really making sure those shoulders are controlled back. If you find yourself crunching those shoulders in, arching that back, that's not where you're getting at. Just keep that chest up, driving up, keep those glutes strong, stepping up. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Up, and then off on the other one. There we go, control. Try not to jump up, get that little lean forward, drive it up, but still keep that chest up as well. Nice. Good. Big drive, nice. Shoulders back. And breathe throughout it. When it starts getting tough, breathing out as you drive it up. Onto that one. All the way. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Rest there. Popping those weights to the side. Now, I'm gonna drop to some lighter weights now because we're gonna work that upper body. We're gonna work those shoulders. It's gonna be a burner. Making sure you got everything close by you because we're gonna run through a few different exercises. Cool, we're gonna start with a dumbbell upright row and we're gonna be going back to back with a few of these exercises. The first one with your dumbbells, we're gonna take them up, elbows as high as you can, and then controlling it back down. And we're gonna go back to back with a few different movements to burn them shoulders out. This will burn, as long as you're aware of it. That's all good, we're on the same page. Hey, I'm doing it with you. You ready? Getting them weights up. We're going 3, 2, 1, let's go. Elbows high, control it down. To start with at least, while your shoulders are feeling all right, we just go for controlled on our way down and not using any. So just notice, well, you can, there's an option to use a bit of momentum, but at least to start with, we try not to. So that big drive up, controlling it down, good. Lovely stuff, you're about to grab your plates in 3, 2, 1. Grabbing your plates, we're gonna take it into a lateral raise. So holding the plates in the middle, we drive them up, control them down. This time, same again. I know those shoulders are burning, but as much as you can, control it down. If you start flying away, that means you're not doing it right. Good, another 10 seconds here. Woo. Nice, 5 seconds. We're gonna take it into a high plank in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go, high plank. We're just gonna take it into shoulder taps. So keeping those shoulders over your hands. Now, if your shoulders are burning, which I'm sure they are, you've got the option to just hold a high plank here and not move. Keeping that core engaged, or you take it into those shoulder taps. Now, this is not a chance for you to tap your shoulders as many times as possible. No, this is a chance for control, for each arm to take that full weight at a time. 2, 1, rest there. We get to repeat that. So we're gonna get ready to go again, starting with the upright row. Now you know where it sort of hurts. Now you know at least to start by doing them straight. Then if you need to, if you absolutely have to, take a little bit momentum with them. Both those first two moves, we control it down. Starting with those dumbbells. Before you're grabbing your plates, we go for this in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go, Fittle. Control it down. Elbows high. So if your wrists are taking up like that, that's not what I want. If it can only go up here, that's fine. But ideally, driving those elbows up as high as you can. So you're sort of feeling it in the traps, in the upper back and those shoulders. 8 seconds, grabbing those plates, lateral raises. Control it down. Good, you got 3, 2, 1. Nice, popping them to the side, taking it into those plate lateral raises. Let's fly, but then you control it down. Wonderful work. Good, nice steady stance there, gentle bend in those legs. Control, 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 another 10 seconds into those plank shoulder taps. Good, we go for that in 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, down we get. Keeping that weight forward. Taking those feet slightly wider, hands closer together. That's gonna be a lot easier when you're on that one hand. Option to hold, keep the weight forward, keep it nice and still, or you're going for those taps. Tap, tap, nice, 5 seconds. Good, you've got 3, 2, 1. Rest there. We gotta do it again. Shoulders, big burnout here, big burnout. If you're around C, your sort of third round here. So get another little shake off, grab another little sip of water, just a quick one before we get into that final round. I'm getting ready to go again. Upright rows coming up. Big drive, control it down, don't rush. Same tempo use as that first one. We go for this in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Big drive up. Elbows high, control it down. Then if you need to, like I said, you can use that little dip and then drive it up as long as you're getting that control down. Only if you have to. Ideally, you're gonna keep it strict from the beginning to the end. Good, 3 seconds. 2, 1. Raises. Let's go. Good, big squeeze up there. As high as you can. Keeping your palms facing down as well. So tucking those fingers in and control it down. Try not to sort of shrug your shoulders here. You're trying to keep them down. Plank shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good, final time here. If you were doing that plank hold last time, let's go for it. Plank taps, shoulder taps. Do it with me. Nice, good stuff. 10 seconds here. Good, you got 5, 4, come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, shake it off. Felt that one. Big time. All right, coming into your finisher now. So we've got another set of moves, and now we're sort of going back to full body. But then our recovery time in between gets lower and lower, gets less and less as we come into the sort of ending. So grabbing your dumbbells again, we're gonna start with a dumbbell curl to press. You curl it up and double press and control down. Yes, I know your shoulders are burning, but it's your finisher. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Curl it up, drive it up, then control them down. Bicep curl, drive it up, control down. You can use a touch of momentum to get them up there, but a little bit slower on that way down is gonna work the best. And when we go up, when we go overhead, I really wanna make sure biceps next to your ears, You're getting that half a second pause up at the top there. Taking it into a bent over row in 3, 2, 1, hinging over, driving those hips up, controlling it down. Let's go. Big squeeze up, controlling it down. Top work. Now we sort of practice that good morning. We've done those RDLs. So your glutes should be on fire or should be engaged enough that you can really hold that position here. Good, standing up, take it into an alternating reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dropping that knee back, standing up. Knee back, standing it up. Knee all the way down with this one. Let's go. Big squeeze up there. And if your knee's not touching the ground, at least get it as close to the ground as possible. And you don't want your knee, your front knee, to come too far over that toe. And the way you do that is just by taking your time. Cool, down into a plank in 3, 2, 1. We're taking it down into a commando plank. Basically, you're coming up and down. Now with this one, imagine you've got something on your back and you don't want it to fall off. Good stuff, there you go. 10 seconds, then we get a rest. Nice, with the weight you've got. 3, 2, 1. Rest there, we've got 45 seconds. But we get to go again. And then that rest after, it's gonna get a bit less before our third and final round. So we've got 30 seconds. So now you know those moves, dumbbell curl to press, bent over row, reverse lunges, commando plank. Shoulders are burning, shoulders getting that proper burn in. That's why we do it. 25 seconds and we're back in. Starting with that curl to press, making sure, bang, full extension. And you're not punching them up and bringing them back down. Have that little pause. It's a finisher, but it's still part of that strength workout. So don't rush through it. Don't rush through it. Ready to go again? Round number 2. Weights back in your hands. We go for this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Curl, press it up, and control it down, good stuff. Curl, drive it up, nice. Biceps next to ears every single time. Curl, push. Control it down, yes, Fittle, come on. That big squeeze up. 10 seconds, bent over row. Now with this bent over row, if your lower back starts to hurt, stand up, reset halfway through the 30 seconds, that's all good. This is form over anything. Let's go, hinging over. Cool, driving it up, controlling it down. Get that full extension down at the bottom before that big drive up. Control it down once again. If you need to stand up, a little shake off that lower back, and sink back in. Remember, hips are going back. Remember that RDL? You're almost coming to the bottom of that RDL position, and then big squeeze up. Another 8 seconds into that alternating reverse lunge. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good, knee as low down as you can. Squeezing it up. You got that commando plank next, in which hips are staying still, everything is staying still, you're driving it up and down, and then that rest in between, it's gonna get a little bit less. Test you out a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And up, good. Ten seconds. Cool, 5, 3, 2, 1. 25 seconds. That's all we got. Then we finish it off. Getting ready. Starting with that curl to press. Once again, these same moves, but getting a little addition of something. We've got a little finisher to really work that core, especially at the end, and the shoulders. Getting ready, curl to press, little shake off, grabbing the weights. We go for this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Control it down, nice. Squeeze it up, drive, beautiful stuff. Yes, team. All the way, sort of trying to push your head through those arms there to get that full extension. Then that way down especially. Biceps are next to your ears, biceps do not move as you come down. Bent over row. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice. Pull all the way down, big drive up, back in the middle here. Ten seconds, reverse lunges. Get that depth. Cool, standing up in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knee down, bang. Nice, I'm not necessarily rushing it now. It's just picking it up. We're close to the end. You always want to finish with a bang, you want to finish on a high. Going strong through that finish line, not just sort of crawling through it, even though we may need to. Cool, commando plank. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now after this 30 seconds, we are not done. Little heads up. I'm not going to tell you yet because you don't need to move far. You don't need to do much. Good, 10 seconds. We're going to go for a 30-second low plank hold to finish it off. So tucking that pelvis under. Cool, we go for that in 3, 2, 1, stillness. Now we are holding it here. Tucking that pelvis under. What I mean by that is you're tucking it under, so you're getting that little core engagement here. You're pushing almost the lower back up to the ceiling here. The opposite than what we did in that hollow hold. Keeping that weight forward, shoulders directly over those elbows. Engaging everything. Remember, this is a active sort of low plank. Keep it in. For the last few seconds, Fittle. Let's go. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. And rest there. Top work. Shoulders are burning, core's definitely burning, felt it from the legs as well. That's your full body, that's your strength workout, team. Just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Remember, my name is Ben, this has been Fittle. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.